Southern Conference Women's Basketball Championship Tournament. We're now joined by the ETSU Buccaneers. We have with us head coach Brenda Mock-Brown, along with student athletes Carmen Richardson, Megan Downing, and Emma McAmis. We'll have an opening statement from Coach, followed by questions. If you have a question in the room, just raise your hand. We have a mic for you. When you get the mic, just give your name and your media entity before asking your question. With that, Coach, the floor is yours.
Well, I guess I should start with that Carmen only had one foul since she just whispered that to me. So that's a feat in itself. We knew coming into this game, obviously we have a great respect for UNC Greensboro, the defending SoCon champs. Trina Patterson's done a heck of a job. And, you know, we respect all teams, but especially those that play great defense. And UNC Greensboro has done that all year. They've had some of the same same scoring struggles that we have, so we can relate to that. So we knew that it was going to be this type of ball game, a back and forth ball game. I will say both teams were efficient. I mean, neither team was turning the ball over, just not making shots. Although today, I think where we were really shining was from the three, obviously. And so we hit some really big shots and made a few more plays than they did. And that's what we tell our kids all the time. You know, we just got to make a few less mistakes than UNC Greensboro today. So I credit our prep. I thought we had a good prep week. Our scout team, which consists of our team members, I just want to give them a shout out because they did a great job of replicating what UNCG was going to do. And again, we were able to execute our defensive game plan. And then the last thing I would say, I'm proud of our girls because I think we were down, it was at 10-0 at the beginning of the game. And just staying steady. I don't like to burn timeouts if I don't have to. And, you know, they covered me on that. I think we got to the free throw line and, you know, there was a little bit of stoppage of play and we made it to the media without me having to burn one for momentum because those are ones you really need at the end of the game. So super proud of our girls. You know, in the tournament, you don't have a lot of time to celebrate. We got to reflect on this a little bit, take what we can from it, and, you know, get ready to watch our opponent who plays next.
All right. Before the first question, don't shortchange yourself. It was 12-0, not 10-0.
Okay, yes. So overcame an even deeper hole.
First question, front row.
Yeah, Jeff Birchfield, Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News. This is for Coach and Emma. Just number one for Emma, your first basket. I mean, really aggressive to the hole on that. And then you make those 2 3-pointers afterwards when you guys are down 12-0, cut it 12-8. And then to get a performance like that from a freshman, Coach, what does that say about her?
Well, I mean, to me, and I think our teammates, were not really surprised. I mean, the only thing would be, yeah, she's a freshman. But, you know, as I've said many times, she's also one of only 2 women in the state of Virginia that scored over 3,000 points. So you don't get there by being passive. You know, you got to be aggressive, and that's why we loved Emma in the recruiting process. She's a competitor. She's driven. She doesn't take plays off. She's a little hard on herself, but hey, err on the side of being a little hard on yourself, right? So she's going to get better. She's gotten a ton better throughout the season. I think that's what I'm most proud of with you, Emma, is playing off 2 feet, understanding the game, understanding she's got great players surrounding her, and trying to figure all of that out. So super proud of Emma and, you know, obviously the rest of the girls too.
And Emma, for you, I mean, just...
I don't know. I think I saw that we were down 12-0, and I was like, well, so we need a little bit of energy. I don't know, we just weren't clicking together, and I was like, even if I don't score, like just bringing energy to the game and to the team. And I think that really got us going. Not just me scoring, but like I think all together when that started happening, we started making the run, we started rolling, and I think that's kind of really what got us going. Not just me, but like everybody kind of coming behind, and I don't know. I think that's just really got us going. I know it got me going. I was excited to play this game because that's all I've heard all year is the SoCon tournament. So I think I was just really anxious to play, and it came just from wanting to win this first game, especially for the seniors and the ones last year.
About halfway back.
Steve of Greenville Sports Media. Coach, you mentioned the scout team. I'm curious, what changes, if any, did you make in how you prepare your scout team and how you have them get ready for a tournament versus the regular season?
That's a good question. I don't know that we made too many changes. I think what makes our scout team special is after the Wofford game, the first Wofford game, we met as a staff, and we thought going into the year that we were going to be able to go a little bit deeper into the rotation because we were going to press more, and that just didn't manifest. And so when we shortened the rotation, that obviously meant no one's less valuable than anyone else, but it was going to role change for a couple people that were getting those spot minutes. They're really good players, and so they're great competitors. So they know going into practice, I'm going to be, one of these Greensboro players. And I think we do a good job of matching, who's going to be Jayla Lee, who's going to be Asadanya. I think we had really good replicas of them, and they go hard, which this time of the year, when you haven't been getting playing time, that's difficult to do. Yes, it is part of your job. That's on your job description. It's not, conditional to playing time or circumstances, but that's really special. It says a lot about these kids, too. They're communicating their value to the scout team and the kids that aren't playing as much necessarily.
And then for Megan, you had, I think it was 10 rebounds today. Could you just speak to some of the physicality out there?
It was a physical game, but my mindset going in is just get every rebound I can. That doesn't really change for me, like game after game. Physicality doesn't really change how I play the game. So, just going and pursuing the ball.
It looked like it was a little fun out there playing tough.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
Back row.
I got a question for Megan and then Carmen as well. Mackenzie Kane, WJHL. Megan, you struggled with injury a little bit throughout the tail end of the season. You had some periodic breaks today. Just how you feeling, and what sort of advice are you giving to the other big post players out there when they're tagging out?
I'm feeling good. I know that, we only have a couple games left, and I'm going to give it my all. I want to win this more than anything. So, that, and then, Sue, just keeping my post players, confident and knowing that they can do it, too. And I just like to keep them motivated and teach them things I can.
And Carmen, a lot of entertainment watching the chirps you had with some of the guards on UNCG. Can you just talk me through how that sort of lit a fire in you and
I like to play with a lot of high energy, so I just bring that to the game, and then literally if it goes back and forth, we go back and forth, but I try to hold composure because there should be none of that on the court, especially for the team. No techs on the court. No technical fouls allowed.
Any other questions from the room? Second row.
Jacob Townsend, Sports Monster. Carmen, how's the shoe situation?
I've only worn those shoes 5 times, and they're LeBron's, and the bottom broke, so I'm going to have to put in a report. Guys.
Send those shoes back. Those shoes are not allowed tomorrow.
Yeah, I have 2 other pairs at the hotel, but I didn't think they were going to break.
More questions? Back row, one more, maybe?
Coach, you've had some experience earlier on in this season on sort of playing from behind. How does this game sort of mimic the fact that you guys started 0-3 in the season? It took some time to find the scoreboard today, and now you guys are kind of on this upward momentum.
I think because we've been in this situation several times. I know that there's some first quarters where we have been the aggressor. Well, we're generally the aggressor. The shots may not be falling, but we have had deficits. And so the thing that we've been talking about with our players is at this point of the season, we're not going to become some offensive powerhouse. Now, again, we did 11 from 22 from 3 was very helpful, and those things can happen, but just understand the mindset. And I don't think people understand how hard it is. Again, we want to be a great offensive team, but it's much harder to play defense in transition. So I told the kids, you can't focus on that. You can't focus on the make or miss. We've got to play defense. We've got to guard. I tell our kids we do a drill called hold the lead, and they just sit out there and play defense. And we're up 10 on the clock, 5 minutes. Rep after rep after rep. And we also play cut the lead, and we do the same thing with offense. So we're not working on our offense, but I think it's a mindset, Mackenzie. It's got to be ingrained, and you've got to believe in the process, and you've got to refer back to the experience when it worked for you, and I think that's what we've been doing this season pretty well.
Well, Coach, thank you to you and your team. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you all.
Thank you.